when somebody no-shows you on a date. This is video 1 of 30 of how to properly respond in a high-value way to text messages when we're dating. If you haven't yet, send me your text messages that you would like me to train on. I need inspiration. So this was an actual exchange I had when I was dating. It was our first date. We were meeting at location. He was 10 minutes late. So I texted him. I said, hey, I'm just sitting in the corner. See you when you get here. His response was, oh shit. I am so sorry. I completely forgot. I'm stuck at work. I am so sorry. I'll make it up to you. How do you respond? There's usually one of two options that people respond with, either too soft, which is don't worry about it, no big deal, we'll reschedule, or too hard, where they don't respond at all and just disappear, or they're like, fuck you. Granted, my response was a little sarcastic and sassy, but it was also high value and playful. And it was, oh no, what will I do? I guess I have to sit here all by myself and drink a delicious IPA and read an amazing book on the waterfront. What will I do without you? Best believe he made it up to me. Hi everyone, today is day 2 of our 30-day texting series talking about how to text when you're dating. So this is a text that I sent in between first and second date. It was 2 weeks in between our date, and he hadn't asked me on a second date yet. So I wanted to, in a fun way, tell him, take me out again. Now I was dating multiple people at this time, so like 2 weeks in between a date wasn't like a big thing for me. But if you're only dating one person, 2 weeks is forever. So this is what I sent. Dude, we should totally see each other again before I forget what you look like. I know you're tall, dark, and handsome, but that's all I got. He then said, you could always print off a picture of me from Facebook and frame it somewhere. And then his next text was, are you busy tomorrow? ? Which I said, oh my gosh, I'm glad you don't think it's too early. I already have a poster-sized picture of you above my bed. I'm hanging out with the girls on Sunday for brunch, but I would love to meet up after. Next day rolls around, he takes me on a lovely hiking date. And I'm so glad that I did a cheeky little response to get things moving instead of getting mad. Hello everyone, this is day 3 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when you're dating. So in this one, I'm just going to talk about the good old-fashioned, what do you send when you don't want to see somebody again? Now this is appropriate after the first date, after the third date, even prior to meeting them. It's a really appropriate text message just to end things. So the reason that we send this is because we are good people and we don't want to ghost, nor do we want to be ghosted. And so we're the leaders in the dating world and we send this message to give us closure. And that message is, I really enjoy getting to know you. I don't think we're a romantic fit, but I wish you the best. No compliments, no asking to be friends. That is all you need. They are going to respond one of 3 ways. Either disappear, say, oh my gosh, thank you so much, nobody's this honest, I appreciate it. Or they're going to rip you a new one, or they're going to say, what did I do wrong? In that case, you do not need to respond to either of those. You've communicated your intentions and you can move on. If it gets more wild, block and delete. Hey everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. This is day 4 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. So today's example was sent to me by a client who is going through the dating intensive bootcamp with me using the compound dating technique, and she's on Hinge matching away. She exchanged a couple of messages with this one guy, and then she arranged a virtual call on Hinge so they could actually chat face to face because they're in Toronto. His response was, sounds good, I'm interested, I hope I don't forget. And all of us as ladies who are like professional schedulers are like, forget? What do you mean you could forget? Set a Google Calendar! He was going to send, I am worth remembering, so if you're going to possibly forget, maybe we shouldn't do this, which is a totally valid response after you've met somebody. They've literally exchanged a couple of messages. It's a little bit too intense at that point because he owes her nothing and she owes him nothing. Instead, we went fun and cheeky and she said, how could you forget about me? I will see you Tuesday at 2. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 5 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. Today we're going to talk about the most boring text message you could ever send. Any ideas on what that may be? And how I want you all to remove it from your vocabulary forever. How are you? Hi. How's your day going? How was your long weekend? How was your weekend? What have you been up to lately? Hi. How are you? Don't get me wrong, this is actually a really nice conversation starter when in person with somebody, but over text message with somebody that you barely know, it's just very like, entertain me. And trust me, this applies to men as much as it does women, and we all have that guy that every time he starts a conversation, it's like, hi, how are you? And you're like, ugh, I have to answer this again. Don't be that person. And so instead, whenever you text somebody, instead of seeking to be entertained, I want you to add value. Send a picture from your day or send a meme of something funny. Add value. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 6 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. Today's topic, you're online dating, you've never met, you've exchanged a couple of messages, and he starts being sexual with you. What do you say? What do you do? First of all, that sucks. Online dating opens us up to people that we would never normally meet and includes the scum, but it also includes amazing people. So don't let it hold you back from using online dating. It's still such an amazing tool to meet people. So what do you say? You say nothing. Report, block, delete. We do not report enough of these people. These online dating platforms really want us to report it so that they know, so it's a more enjoyable experience for everybody. It's not our job to give our positive energy to somebody just to get negativity back. You do not need to teach them a lesson. You do not need to say anything to them. Report, block, delete. And tomorrow we're going to talk about what to say to somebody when they sex too early, but you are dating. Everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 7 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we're dating. Today is going to be a controversial topic, so check out the comments. I know that we're going to have a lot of conflicting opinions on this. But first, I want to thank everybody that's sending me examples on Instagram. I have so much inspiration now for all these 30 days. I'm so excited to share all of it with you. So you've been out on a couple of dates and you like them and you want to see where things go. But the thing is, something shifted and he starts getting a little sexual or asking for cute pictures or sexting a little too early and makes you a little uncomfortable. What do you say? First of all, this is a response that I use, but I did not create it myself. I got it from the amazing dating coach, Matt Hussey. I personally love it when this happens because it's such a great opportunity to set boundaries. So early on, we should be setting boundaries along the way, and we observe their reaction to see how they handle boundaries being set, and you can really gauge their personality. So the response is, you must have me confused with somebody that you have taken on many more dates, winky face. Now it's important to observe his reaction. Does he stop or does he continue? Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 9 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we're dating. Y'all are lighting up my Instagram DMs with all these amazing questions, and this one was asked several times, so I'm super excited to answer it for you, and it is the last minute date offer. What are you doing tonight? We should do something. What are you doing this weekend on a Friday? We should do something. And you're a busy professional woman or a busy woman in general, and your schedule is completely booked up. But you want to see him. And so how do you tell him to ask earlier if he wants to see you? First, you need to take your desire to see him and put it on the back burner. This is a great boundary setting moment, and if you can't raise to your standards, he's gonna fall by the wayside. Oh shoot, I would love to see you, but my weekend is completely full. I am free Wednesday or Thursday though if you want to do something. Even something a little cheekier. Last minute plans with a single mom? Are you crazy? Winky face. But I am free Wednesday or Thursday if you're available. If you're consistent with this, he will catch on that he has to plan earlier with you in order to see you. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 9 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we're dating. Y'all are lighting up my Instagram DMs with all these amazing questions, and this one was asked several times, so I'm super excited to answer it for you, and it is the last minute date offer. What are you doing tonight? We should do something. What are you doing this weekend on a Friday? We should do something. And you're a busy professional woman or a busy woman in general, and your schedule is completely booked up. But you want to see him. And so how do you tell him to ask earlier if he wants to see you? First, you need to take your desire to see him and put it on the back burner. This is a great boundary setting moment, and if you can't raise to your standards, he's gonna fall by the wayside. Oh shoot, I would love to see you, but my weekend is completely full. I am free Wednesday or Thursday though if you want to do something. Even something a little cheekier. Last minute plans with a single mom? Are you crazy? Winky face. But I am free Wednesday or Thursday if you're available. If you're consistent with this, he will catch on that he has to plan earlier with you in order to see you. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today's day 10 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we're dating. So you guys all loved the video I did last week talking about the most boring text message you could ever send. And so today, I wanted to give you an example of what to send instead. So this is a message that I actually sent when I was dating, and just as a caveat, he and I had been on 2 dates. He already understood my sarcastic sense of humor, and he knew that I like to joke around on text message. Now, we hadn't touched base in 2 days. We both had very busy lives, but I wanted to let him know that I was thinking about him without telling him that I was thinking about him, and in a fun, cute way. I always have long nails and he absolutely loved them, and I just got them done that day, so I sent him this message of me scratching my nephew's back, which is a great way to start it. It's a visual right away. And I said, took these fresh nails to a guy who would appreciate them, laughy face. And he said, LOL, wow, where's mine? As you can tell, I went about my day after that, and he followed up with what's up babes the next day, but I didn't want a huge conversation. I just wanted to add value. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 11 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we're dating. Today's topic, why it's rude to text back right away every single time, and it will actually make people not want to message you as frequently. I get asked all the time, how long should I wait to text back? I don't want to play games. If I'm seeing it, I'm going to text back. And that's very much true, but I want you to allow your day to determine your correspondence frequency more often than you do currently. Sometimes text back right away. Sometimes wait till the end of your workday. Sometimes wait 20 minutes. Sometimes wait an hour. Keep your phone away while you're having dinner with your friends. Be present in your day, and texting is just a byproduct of it, and it actually creates a really great texting dynamic when we're dating. For those of you that text back right away and you're proud of this, keep in mind that it actually will reduce people's frequency to want to text you. But look at the phone wanting to reach out to you and know that this is going to turn into a conversation, because if I text her now, she's going to text back right away. Do I have time for a conversation right now? No. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 12 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. And this is my first 3-minute video because we are going to analyze a texting exchange that tried to be cheeky but did not land. So this was sent to me by an amazing follower, and she was like, I don't know if he's being a douchebag or if I overreacted. I tried to be cheeky, but I don't think it worked, and it did not work. So let's talk about this. So they're chatting, and she says, what are your plans this weekend? He says, I don't have any as of right now. Maybe I can see you. If you want to see me, that is. And then a half an hour later, or not. First of all, I don't know this guy. It could be banter, but if he doesn't banter before that and that's his response, it is just honestly insecurity. You could tell that he definitely wants to see her, but he doesn't want to use like actual verbiage showing that he would be interested. And then when he didn't hear from her a half an hour, he was butthurt, so he said, or not. So right away, I'm a little turned off. She probably is a little turned off. You're probably a little turned off. But I feel bad for him because you can tell that he wants to see her, otherwise he wouldn't be asking. And he's a little insecure asking and uncomfortable with it. So he's hanging on by a thread. And then she responds, I'm supposed to go kayaking tomorrow. Dude, I was literally just texting you back as you slid that last remark in, LOL. Okay, we're going to come back to that. Haha, kayaking, okay, sounds like fun. Have you ever been? It's my first time going, a little nervous. Maybe we could get together on Sunday if you don't slide another smartass remark in, LOL. Nail in the coffin. So a couple little tips here if we want to be a little bit cheeky. Don't do two. It's literally just like lecturing a little boy, and that doesn't make anybody feel good. And you can tell he was just trying to laugh this one off because he felt super dumb doing that. And then we hit him again, and then that was it. So we only need one just to wave the little warning flag. Hey, back off, chill out, straighten up, whatever it is. And then we're missing something very important here, right here. An emoji. We can't be sassy and then have a period or an LOL or a ha ha ha. We all know that LOL, ha 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 does not communicate what it used to back in the day in 2021. It's actually just super rude. If you're going to say something sassy or cheeky, you have to have a winky face. You have to have a tongue stick out face. You have to have something that will lighten it. A GIF is perfect, especially if it's funny, because it'll make him laugh at himself, laugh the nervousness off. Personally, what I would have said is, I would love to see you. Maybe we get together on Sunday, and then right away say, or not, winky face, and just laugh it off. But honestly, both of these are super unattractive, and so this just goes to show you how text messaging ruins more potential relationships than anything else in the world right now. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 13 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. I have been talking to a guy that I met online for 2 weeks, and he's very persistent after a day or so that we meet in person. I agreed because why not? We are planning to meet this Friday. The problem is the more that we talk, the more I realize I do not like this guy. He's showing obsessive tendencies and does not listen or respond well when I tell him that he is getting too personal, crossing my personal boundaries. How do I politely tell him that I am no longer interested in driving 2 hours to see him on Friday? And then she goes on to say that she has a problem saying no and that she is a little bit of a yes man. First thing I want to say is I know you have a hard time saying no. It's very hard, but politeness is going to get us into trouble. You've already communicated that he's crossed your boundaries and he's persisting. And so what I would recommend you do is block and delete. Your safety is number one. And there's a lot of red flags in that message, which give me very scary vibes. So I'm telling you right now, please just block and delete. If you want to send a message before you block and delete, just say, listen, you're making me very uncomfortable. I will not be coming up on Friday. I wish you the best. Block, delete. If you have to, okay? But it's not necessary. Ladies, our safety is the most important. This is why we chat to people beforehand, so we can see these red flags, so that thank God she does not drive 2 hours to see that guy. That's scary. Like, I want you to block and delete him, please. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 14 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. And today we're going to talk about how to answer the dreaded, what are you looking for on here question. Now there are two responses we can do here. First, I'm going to talk about the regular generic response that we can do, which is perfect. And then I'm going to finish it off with my cheeky response that I used to use all the time. So first of all, be honest. Sometimes you want to be chill, light, laid back, but then we're going to get chill, light, laid back in response, and we're just going to waste our time. I'm on here to meet some new people, have a good conversation, but ultimately to find my person. Then the second response, which I always used, which was a little bit cheeky. I realized early on that they weren't asking me because they actually wanted to know what I was looking for. They were asking me because they wanted to tell me what they were looking for. So I would say, oh, the dreaded what are you looking for question. I have a feeling you're looking for something very specific, so you first, winky face. And then they would tell me. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 15 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. I have been asked this question so many times, and this is, how do you start a conversation with somebody in the online dating space, especially if you're using apps like Bumble? First of all, do not hesitate to send an opening message to a guy. This is not like in person. If we just hang back and wait for guys to message us first, we're not going to like who messages us. So if you like somebody, I recommend sending them an opening message. First thing I want you to do is look at his profile. Is there anything there that grabs your attention that you can ask about, start a conversation about? Can you tell that he's already funny and you can start bantering right away? What do you see in his profile? If he looks like he's a big traveler, I always started the conversation with this. Hey, looks like you travel a bunch. I always find that adventurous people have a lot of I almost died stories. What's your favorite I almost died story? Question mark. They're gonna love answering that. If he has a really unique job, be like, oh my gosh, you're the first blank that I've ever met. How on earth did you get into that? If he's got a lot of pictures of food, be like, oh my gosh, I am so hungry just looking at your profile. What do you recommend I make for dinner? One thing that I loved saying was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're 42. You're pickled so well. Or, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're 39. You must have an amazing skincare regime. It's dumb, it's stupid, but I wanted guys with sense of humors, and if they got it and wrote back, then awesome. But honestly, ladies, just have fun. So many people are taking themselves so seriously and trying to play it cool in the online dating space. But when you're opening it up, just be fun, be flirty, banter, be sarcastic, ask them interesting questions about themselves, and just enjoy the process. What are some of your guys' best opening lines? Share them in the comments. I know we would all love to see them. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 16 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. Today we are going to answer the question, why are you still single, when asked via text message. Again, I'm going to start off with the amazing generic one that works perfectly fine, and then I'm going to finish it off with a couple cheeky ones that I've used many times before. I really enjoy being single, and I like dating and meeting new people in the process of looking for a great partner, and I just haven't found them yet, but I'm excited to find someone to add value to my life so I can add value to theirs. Now for the cheeky ones. One that I used to use a lot was, when I was younger, my mom and dad didn't have enough sheep and cows and wheat for my dowry, so I just never got married. Winky face. That one usually went over really well, especially via text message. Another one that I used to do that I only did a couple times over text message, but mostly in person was, well, if I knew the answer to that, then I wouldn't be single, would I? And you wouldn't have had the pleasure of meeting me right now. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 17 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today I want to talk about the power of texting. So many of you are like, what's with all the cheeky text messages? Why don't you just call it how you see it? A lot of the men that I dated can attest to the fact that I call it how I see it, just not over text message and in person. As a matchmaker, I understand better than most the power of texting and how texting is probably the leading reason why amazing potential partnerships never make it past the second or third date. I have sent out so many amazingly compatible people. They had an amazing first date, and then the texting destroyed everything afterwards. And so I'm cheeky because I believe texting should be fun. It should add value. It should be flirtatious. It should be to plan the next day and maybe touch base. Not to tell everybody my life story, not to give people blow by blows of my day. It's just literally to add value. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 18 of our 30-day series talking about how to text when we are dating. Today I want to talk about mixing up the main form of communication that you do and how important that is. When I have clients come into my office and they're like, it's just getting dry, it's getting boring, like in between dates, how do I spice things up a bit? And I take a look at their phone and it's just all words. I'm like, why is it just words? I want it to be like a collage of different forms of communication. The best texting threads have pictures, YouTube links, TikTok videos, voice clips, all kinds of great stuff to change up the type of communication. If you found a great new band, send him the YouTube video of the great band so he can watch it. If you had a funny story of something that happened to you that day, instead of texting it out, send him a voice clip so he can hear your beautiful voice. If you feel especially cute that day when you say good morning, send him a little selfie as well. Have fun. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 19 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. I have gotten so many requests from you ladies in my Instagram messages asking about when they're texting me late at night during fuckboy hour, which is 9:30, 10 o'clock and later. What do I say to actually get them to message me during a reasonable hour throughout the day? Now I have two responses. The first one is a really great response to use to determine if they're fuckboys or nice guys. And then of course a cheeky response, which I have used several times and I just love it. So what message do you send them when they only message you 9:30, 10 or later at night and it turns into a little bit of a habit? What do you say? You say absolutely nothing. You actually set a relatively flexible boundary where if they text you after a certain hour at night, you just don't reply until the morning or afternoon the next day. It's probably the same boundary you have with friends and family when they text you after a certain time. You're just like, I'll wait till morning. So why are we doing it differently for guys that we're dating? And so this will really determine nice guys. They'll get the hint and they'll start texting you at a more reasonable hour. And the fuckboys will keep doing the late night text messages, in which case you then know what they want. Now for my cheeky response, which I did a couple times when I was dating, and just as a caveat, I had been on at least 1 or 2 dates with these guys when I sent this message, so they understood my sense of humor and my texting style. And that message was, texting during fuckboy hour, that's so out of character for you, winky face. One guy responded with like a little cheeky response back, and it turned out later on that he was more on the fuckboy level. And the other guy, which was the good guy, was like, no, I was just thinking about you. I'm so sorry, that's not who I am, because no good guy wants to be compared to a fuckboy. And it is just a joke, but he did stop texting me super late at night. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 20 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today, I wanted to give you the best response for when a guy texts you inviting him over to your house, whether it is too late in the evening, or too last minute of an invite, or too early in the relationship. Again, this text message isn't going to fix the problem. It's just going to set a boundary so that you can observe how he reacts to it, so he can determine what his intentions are. So say it's the example where it's too early in the relationship. You can say, hey, thank you so much for the invite. I actually don't move that quickly with people, but if you ever want to take me out, you know where to find me, winky face. If it's too late or too last minute and you want to be a little cheeky, you're welcome to say, 10 o'clock invite, eh? I wonder what you're looking for, winky face. I actually don't move that fast, but if you want to take me out, you know where to find me. And then again, sit back and observe his response and see his intentions. Today is day 21 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. And today I'm going to answer this question, love it to death. Let's get into it. I'm going to share with you a last-ditch text message to send when he keeps talking and never asks you out. But before I get into that, there are a couple things that we need to do in order to help him along when asking you out. Tip number 1, in your online dating profile, I want there to be little hints in there of what you would like to do on a first date. For example, when it says, what are you competitive about? You can say everything. If you take me to pool, pinball, air hockey, and arcade, I will destroy you. And if I don't destroy you the first time, I'll destroy you the second time. Or with the question prompt, what won't you stop talking about? You can say craft beer. If you get me on a patio with a flight of craft beer, I could talk about that all day long. You know where he's going to take you out on dates. Second, throughout the first couple of days of talking, I want you to steer the conversation towards some date ideas. Have to be anything major. Could be like, what brewery do you want to hit up in this city? Or now that everything's opened up, where do you want to go next? Or what adventure would you love to go on to discover the city that you're in? Conversation is going to roll from there. And a lot of the time, the guys are going to ask you out from those hints/examples in your profile. But say it's been longer than a week, maybe into 2-3 weeks, and he hasn't asked you out yet, and you guys are in the same city. There's something weird there. He may just be seeking attention. He may have zero intentions of ever asking you out. He just wants the attention from you right then or there. And so in this case, there's no harm in sending this last ditch message. Hey, it's been lovely chatting with you, but are you ever gonna ask me out, winky face, or do we just get to remain pen pals forever? ? If he had no intentions of asking you out, he's probably just going to disappear or just dodge the question and continue on without actually making a plan. In which case, you know where he stands. It's cool to just disappear. Or he'll be like, yeah, I really wanted to ask you out. I wasn't sure what you were comfortable with, or I've been really busy lately, or blah, 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 whatever it may be. In which case you can then put a plan together. But I really want you to be careful that after you do this last dish message, you do not plan the date. He still has to plan the date. He still has to lead it. And if he fails to lead to plan the date, you let him fall by the wayside. Everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 22 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today, I want to talk about the text message you send when it's been a long week or a long day and you want a handsome little something to come over that night and spend the night. So you say, hey, it's been a long day. A sleepover would be the perfect cherry to my sundae on a Tuesday. Don't forget your toothbrush on your way over to my house, winky face. This is great because it's bold, it's confident, it's cheeky, it's fun. And if he can't make it, it's such an easy fix for him to be like, oh, sorry, babe, can't tonight, but how about Thursday? Be bold and have fun. You'll love it and he'll love it. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 23 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today I want to talk about that great text message that you can send after a first date to let him know that you would like to see him again without being too desperate. There are a lot of ladies out there that would prefer just to wait for him to text first after the first date, in which case, do your thing, gals. That's a great dating technique and I highly recommend it. But I myself like to be a little bit more proactive, a little bit more bold, flirty, and fun. So a great message you can send after a first date is just, hey, it was so great getting to know you. I had a great time. Can't wait to see you again. Kissy face. This is great because there's so many guys out there that sometimes just aren't sure if a date went well. And so if they received this type of message after the first date, they'll be like, yes, she did enjoy herself, and then move forward to planning a second date with you. But also it's just polite enough that if he wasn't that interested in you, this is just a polite message to send after a date. So it's not putting yourself out there or being too vulnerable with somebody in case they didn't like you. Now you all know me, I much prefer being a little bit more cheeky, and so here are some great messages that I have sent after a first date to let him know it's cool to pursue me for a second date. Hey, I had such a great time tonight. Sorry I ran away before you had a chance to give me a little smooch. Maybe next time, winky face. Again, this is only for those really great dates where you wish he had kissed you on the first date. but definitely is allowed to kiss you on a second date. It's also great to pull conversations from your date. Something like, hey, I had such a great time meeting you. I can't wait to destroy you at the arcade next time. Or, hey, I had such a great time. Here's hoping we can finally make it to blank brewery to try out that awesome beer you talked about. Winky face. Now keep in mind, only use this once after a first or second date, just to allow him to know that it's okay for him to ask you out on a second or third date. If he doesn't, then we've determined he's not into you and you cannot use it again, okay? So reading the signals, but these are great tips to keep him encouraged to move forward with you, if you really like him. Now we're nearing the end of the 30-day series. I am doing a free webinar on July 12th. Go to the link in my bio if you want to join in on that. And it's going to go through all of this texting, answer all of your questions, mindset, and just texting etiquette. So join us for that free webinar. Mwah, mwah. Hello everyone, today is day 24 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today I want to talk about those messages that you send to let the guy know that you're into him. Compliments are so powerful because so rarely do men receive actual compliments. Now keep in mind, I don't do these text messages early on. This is day 3, 4, 5 when I know that the guy is into me because we continue to date one another. And then randomly in the middle of the day, I will send just a very random message saying, hey, just wanted to let you know, you're the handsomest guy I've ever met. Smiley face. Or, I was supposed to be doing work and I realized that I zoned out for 10 minutes because I couldn't stop thinking about how good that shirt looked on you the other day. Compliments used sparingly on gentlemen we know like us are so powerful because you know what they say. It's not the words that we said, it's how we make them feel. And they're going to want to be around the woman that makes them feel great. Follow the link in my bio to join us on Monday for a free webinar that's going to be concluding this 30-day series about text messages. Ladies, Genevieve here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 25 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today I want to talk about a great last-ditch message you can send. This is for the guy that you've been on a couple dates with. Things have cooled off a bit, maybe fizzling out a little bit, and you want to see if it's gone or if what's going on. Now I know there's going to be lots of gals in the comments that are like, if he doesn't want me, I don't want him, and that's all well and good, easier said than done, but sometimes we just need to make sure in a high value way that it's either done or it's still going. I've only done this once before, and I used it very wisely in a specific situation. What I want you to do, I want you to wait until you're out doing something great. You're doing something fun with your friends, and I want you to send him something like this around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Hey, I'm at Bearley's. You wouldn't believe how great this live band is. You should come. You sent it around 8:30, 9 at night, and it's super last minute. Likely he won't be coming, but if he does, great. But if not, listen for the response. If his response is, oh, sorry, can't make it, have fun, then you can kind of let it fall away at that point. Or if his response is, which is a response I got when I used it, ooh, can't make it tonight, but what are you up to Wednesday? There's a great band playing blank. This response is great because you're out, you're living your purpose, you're doing your thing, you're having a great time, and you just want to include him. You want to invite him. It's not really needy. It's not really anything. It's just like, come. And you would generally want him to be there if he was there. And if not, it's a great segue into seeing where things go. Hello everyone, Genevieve here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 26 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. Today, I wanted to answer the question, how long do you wait to text back? The answer is whenever the heck you want, but you have to be unpredictable. Sometimes wait 20 minutes. Sometimes respond right away. Sometimes wait until the end of your workday. Sometimes wait a couple hours. The key is to mix it up and be unpredictable. If we reply right away all the time, we all know that that makes people not want to message us because they may not be available for a conversation at that time. Always waiting 20 minutes to respond, we're never going to get anywhere. The key is to not play games, but to really lean into a high value person's day. If you're dating, especially if you're waiting for a text message from somebody you like, put your phone on silent and put it far away and get into those tasks, those purpose-driven tasks throughout your day that add value to your day. And that is so attractive. Hello everyone. Sorry I fell off on this texting while dating series, but I lost inspiration. And then I went to my Q&A today and I realized that there's like 60 questions in there that I could answer. So inspiration back. So today is day 27 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating, and I'm going to answer this question: how do we pick up a texting conversation again after a large span of time? First, I want you to really think about why you stopped texting. If time does anything, it definitely makes us forget when somebody's an asshole. Second, I want you to really think about why you want to start communicating with him again. Are you lonely? Did you have an off couple months with dating and you just want some attention from anywhere? Is the guy that you're actually interested in kind of like standoffish or, pissing you off, and so you want attention elsewhere? If that's the case, don't message him, because that's not fair. So okay, say there's no specific reason, it just fizzled out and, the timing wasn't right then, but the timing is right now, or whatever the reason is. How do you initiate that conversation? First, call out the elephant in the room, that it has been 6 months since you've chatted with him. It's when we want to sneakily sneak back in there as if nothing happened, la back to normal. I don't know what you're talking about. It's been 6 months. That's weird. We've had lots of guys do that, and it's just weird. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to call out the elephant in the room. If you're a little bit more on the funny side and they know that, send them a meme that just basically is calling out the elephant in the room, being like, I know it's been forever, or something like that to break the ice. And then I want you to get into why you're messaging them, whether it is like you walked by something the other day that reminded you of them and why it did, and the story that kind of correlates to that. Start off with something like that. Because we've made sure that we're messaging them, based on genuine interest and not loneliness or whatever, it's going to come across more genuine and they're going to be more interested in starting up that conversation again. And be sure to bring the energy. If you are sending a funny meme, or you're sending a song that reminded you of them, or if you're telling them a story about what made you wanted to reach out, I want it to be dynamic and interesting so that they can, if they want to, match your energy and you guys can take it from there. Hey everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 28 of 30, talking about texting while dating. I'm going to breeze through the story because I only have a minute. She met a guy on Hinge, asked her out on a date because he was leaving for a 6-week holiday. She said yes, even though it was last minute. There was a great connection. They've been texting for the first 2 weeks on his holiday. They both agree that there is a connection, and it has started to fizzle out into the 3rd week, which is 100% completely normal. And so she asks, it's losing steam, and I'm still dating other people, but I kind of like this guy. Any advice? First of all, I can tell she has a high value mindset because she's continuing to date other people, but also she's not asking for what text message to get the steam going again. She's asking for advice. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to let it lose steam. If the connection was as great as she says it is, he's going to reach out when she gets back and he's going to be excited to see her. It's when it loses steam and we panic and we try to keep the conversation going and it turns into more of a needy exchange that we're going to repel him. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 29 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. I'm really excited to answer this question because there is no etiquette handbook in regards to texting. And if there's one thing that I've realized working with singles for the past 4 years is that what one person thinks is absolutely normal, another person thinks is the rudest thing ever. And it all depends on them, their lifestyle, their personality, their attachment style. There's so many variables. And so I want to actually steer away from a rule in regards to frequency, and I want us to lean more towards what we're looking for when we do hear from them. Keep in mind, high value men, a lot of them don't have time to text all day long, and sometimes you don't hear from them until it's to plan another date, in which case, awesome. Some guys need to communicate more frequently, like once a day or once every 2 days, in which case, awesome, enjoy that too. So long as early on the texting is productive and preferably planning another date, I think we're doing great. After you guys get to know each other, then you can talk about communication styles. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 30 of our 30-day series talking about texting while dating. It only took me 3 months to finish this, but I really wanted to take my time and give respect to the art of texting while dating because it truly is an art. Now, for the past 30 days, we've been giving great advice on how to be cheeky, how to be flirty, how to have fun, how to laugh through this crazy dating world that we're in right now. But in the grand scheme of things, when it fits, it fits. And so my last piece of advice to all of you for this 30-day series is you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So these tips were great to keep our mindset balanced and make sure that we're having fun and communicating our personality through texting and putting the energy in so that the other people can match it. But it's not to force something that's not there, because when it's matched, it's just going to work.